This is Professor Sparks' masterpiece. Well, one of them anyway. He calls it the... something or other. We call it the Shrink-O-Matic. It can reduce anything or anyone to the size of a medium-large molecule with the help of my good friend Egbert.
Oh, yes. So if you want to know about any of my wonderful specimens, just pick up this analyzer and click on it. But please, don't hurt the specimens.
Well, too bad there's no clue here, Grotley. But I guess that will come in handy if you need some extra invention points, because I miniaturized a few and hid them inside one of those specimens. It's almost too easy.
Which specimen, Polly? Give us a hint.
Okay, Potley, okay. Anything to stop your whining. The female version of this specimen does most of the hunting. In fact, she particularly enjoys hunting robots.
That's not true. Robots have no natural enemies.
So we have to figure out which specimen Polly is talking about. That's where Egbert will come in handy. Use his analyzer to get information on any of the specimens and to help you determine which is the right one. When you think you know the right specimen, hand the analyzer back to Egbert. You can then move the specimen over to the Shrink-O-Matic. Once it's there, Egbert can shrink me to the size of a molecule. Then I can dive into the specimen and find what we're looking for.
Lion. Lions are the only wildcats that hunt in groups. Since the female is more sleek and streamlined than the male, she does most of the hunting. Owl. Owls are birds of prey that hunt only at night. If an owl hears something going on behind it, it can turn its head all the way around to look. Owl feathers are so soft and fluffy, they are almost noiseless in flight. Peacock. A peacock is a large, brightly colored bird. When a peacock spreads its tail feathers, it's showing off its bright purple, blue, and gold colors. Male peacocks are much more beautiful than female peacocks. Rattlesnake. The rattlesnake gets its name from the scary noise it makes with its tail when frightened. The strange thing about rattlesnakes is that they can't hear their own rattle. Rattlesnakes are deaf. Dear. Coyote. Coyotes are prairie wolves that roam wild in much of the United States. A coyote looks like a dog with a pointed nose and black-tipped bushy tail. Native Americans thought coyotes had magical powers. Frog. What's the difference between a frog and a toad? Frogs are moist and slimy jumpers. Toads are dry and warty walkers. In France, frog legs are considered the ultimate in fine dining.
When you think you have the right specimen, click on Egbert again to put the analyzer away. Then you can carry the specimen to the shrinking platform.
Gecko. Animals have eyelids to protect and clean the eye. The gecko is a foot-long climbing lizard that has no eyelids. When the gecko's eyes get dusty, it wipes them clean with its long tongue. Hummingbird. The hummingbird is one of the smallest birds in the world. It gets its name from the sound its wings make when it flies. It's the only bird in the world that can fly forwards, sideways, and backwards like a helicopter. Bald eagle. This noble-looking bird of prey is the national symbol of the United States. The bald eagle is not really bald, but only looks bald from a distance. A bald eagle can nab heavy prey with its large and pointy claws.
Bat. Bats are flying mammals that only come out at night. To find its way in the dark, a bat makes a high-pitched squeak.
It then listens to the echoes of the squeak bounce off the surroundings. These sound pictures show the way. Honeybee. Bees are flying insects that live in colonies called hives. Worker bees perform an elaborate dance on the honeycomb to tell the other bees where the flowers with the best nectar can be found. They collect the nectar to make honey. Cicada. A cicada is a small insect with a hard shell. Cicadas chirp extremely loudly. A group of hard-shelled cicadas in a tree can make as much noise as a rock band. In proportion to its size, the cicada is the loudest animal on Earth.
When you think you have the right specimen, click on Egbert again to put the analyzer away. Then you can carry the specimen to the shrinking platform.
Lion.
You think that's the right specimen? If so, just click on the microscope on the floor.
Ready, Botley? Hold on tight. It is some ride, I'm told.
Oh my! If you chose the right specimen, the object Polyhead should be somewhere inside that giant molecular thingamabob up there. You just have to bat me into that stuff until it's revealed. Click on the mouse button to launch me into inner space, then use the mouse to move the magnet. I can't stay small forever, though, so try to get through the molecules before I return to my regular size. I won't last more than 10 rounds in here, so you have to work quick. Click on the mouse to launch me. Whoa! Great work! We freed some invention points. Put them in the inventory and let's get out of here. There are no mission clues on this floor. Let's go to another floor. Yes! We're at the very top of the mountain. Just knowing what's up here gives me chills. Still, I'd go anywhere and face any danger to save my fellow robots. Stand back now while I sense the place out. No doubt about it, there's a clue in the observatory. NASA has nothing over Professor Spark. Just take a look at this place. It's here that the professor conducts all his top-secret astronomical experiments. Way ahead of his time, of course. Hey, did you know that the professor landed a rocket ship on the moon years before Neil Armstrong ever set foot on it? Just kidding.
I guess you could say that you can get a mission clue here, but it's not exactly in this room. In fact, it's not even in this solar system, because I used one of Daddy's rockets to ship it into deep space. Special delivery. You won't find it by just looking around the void. You'll have to figure out exactly where to look.
How do we do that, Polly? Space is a big place.
Well, just because I'm such a nice girl, I'll give you a teeny-weeny hint. There you go. I just sent the hint flying off toward the new black hole Daddy recently discovered. If you really work fast, you might rescue the hint before it gets sucked up into another dimension. Then again, maybe you'll fail. Scary, huh?
Don't worry, we might have a chance. Professor Spark recently launched a whole series of space probes into the black hole. I think we can use it to intercept Polly's radio transmission. Just click on the telescope and we'll get started. Is this cool or what? 1 minute we're in Professor Sparks' Observatory, and the next we're looking into space 300,000 light years away at a humongous black hole. See that? That was Polly's radio transmission, and the radio wave circling inside the black hole is part of Polly's hint. Unless you blast it out of there, it's going to get sucked into a different dimension. That's one of Professor Sparks' space probes. Don't worry, it's strong enough to resist the intense gravitational pull of the black hole, and it packs laser beams powerful enough to knock Polly's radio transmission to safety. You can actually spin the ship by using the arrow keys on your keyboard. To shoot the ship's laser beam, press the spacebar on your keyboard. Whenever you hit a radio transmission packet head-on, you'll knock it 1 light year away from the center of the black hole. When you collect 4 radio packets, you've got Polly's entire hint, ready for unscrambling. Great! We have all the packets. Now we have to decode Polly's message. This is the professor's alien transmission decoding device. It comes in handy when it comes to decoding transmissions from extraterrestrial beings. The catch is, he hasn't yet found any alien transmissions to decode. Still, we can use it to read Polly's hint. I guess you can call that an alien transmission. Here comes the radio transmission you intercepted from the grip of the black hole. What a drag. Polly's hint is all scrambled. The words aren't in the right order. Polly's not an alien, technically, but we can still use the professor's alien decoder to unscramble her hint. What you need to do is rearrange the words so they create a sentence that makes sense. You know, a subject is usually followed by a verb and all that stuff you learned at school. You decoded one of the sentences. Okay, now here's the next piece of Polly's clue. You made quick sense out of that messy sentence. Okay, now here's the next piece of Polly's clue. Great! You decoded the entire hint.
I made the days longer than the nights. I made flowers grow tall and days grow warm. How did I do all these things? I brought spring to ancient people.
Okay, you unscrambled the hint. Quick, to the star chart so we can find that clue. You need to figure out which constellation Polly sent her father's spaceship to. Click on the star chart. Click on any of the constellations, and this machine will tell you a little bit about them. Click on the hint button to replay Polly's hint. Click on the constellation again if you think it's the one where Polly sent the mission clue.
Scorpio is the shape of a scorpion with its tail curved upward to sting. The scorpion sting is deadly. Scorpions come out at night, just like the stars, and creep into bedding, shoes, and clothes left on the ground. Sagittarius represents Chiron, the king of the centaurs. The centaurs were men from the waist up and horses from the waist down. Chiron, the archer, points his arrow at the heart of the scorpion. He was brave and wise. Chiron arranged the stars into constellations so that men could use them to tell directions and to foresee the changing seasons. Libra is the scales that ancient Egyptians believed weighed the soul after death. On one side of the scales went the soul, and on the other went the feather of truth. If the soul was lighter than the feather of truth, it went to heaven. If sins made the soul heavier, the soul went to the underworld to be punished. Capricorn is a goat with the tail of a fish. In the ancient Middle East,
Capricorn appeared in the winter sky. The fishtail represented the rains of winter. It was hoped that the half of Capricorn representing the goat would scamper out of the sky and take the rainy winter with him. Grus is a long-necked crane. It was put in the sky by the Greek god Hermes, who believed that the crane was sacred. Virgo was a beautiful young woman who in Greek mythology left the earth because humans acted so badly. Virgo's star, Spica, is one of the brightest stars in the sky. It shines 1,400 times brighter than the sun, but its light travels over 200 years to reach Earth. Millions of years ago, Leo the lion is the 5th constellation in the zodiac. Leo doesn't really look like a lion, though. Some people think he looks like a backwards question mark. In Greek mythology, Leo was a monstrous beast who came down to Earth as a shooting star. Leo then began eating every person and animal in sight before Hercules destroyed it. Aries looks like a powerful ram, but its stars don't twinkle brightly. Still, it was the most important constellation to ancient people. When Aries appeared in the sky just before dawn, people knew that winter was coming to an end.
Hey, you're right on target! Here comes the spaceship! Wow, that was wicked. Just put the clue into the inventory and let's get out of here. The future awaits. This floor's empty. No mission clues. Let's go to another floor. That's where the professor stores the time machine. There's no way to open it, though, until we have all of Polly's mission clues and, of course, enough invention points. This is the most dangerous part of the mountain. That's why Professor Spark uses it as an obstacle course for testing out new robots. With all the treacherous paths and sharp turns, it's the perfect way to test out the latest in robot navigational technology. Too
bad, Spotly. I didn't hide a mission clue down there. I did put a few spare invention points inside that box. I programmed that stupid robot to put the box where you wouldn't be able to reach it. Then I scrambled up the commands. Not that you'll be able to put them back in the right order.
Okay, as far as I can figure, here's the situation. That robot has been specially designed to maneuver his way down there. He's really good at following directions, and he's got nerves of steel. So what you have to do is rearrange all the robot's commands on that remote control device in front of you so they're in the correct order. The commands tell him which way to move. Just click on the command you want to move, then drag it to where you want it to go. When you press the run button at the bottom of the remote control, the robot will follow your directions to get to that box, if the order is correct. If not, well, better him than me. Nice going! You had him in the palm of your hand the whole time. All right! Take the invention points and put them in your inventory. Then on to complete this mission. This floor is empty. No mission clues. Let's go to another floor.